Salutations, Utopians. Hope all is well. Interesting battle today between the Knicks and Pacers. Uh, Jalen Brunson, man, what a warrior! Honestly, just one of one, and quite the groundbreaking season he's had. It just summed it up. I mean, gut wrenching. OG goes down with an injury. He left the game with a quad issue, I believe. Brunson still ended up managed to gut it out. Dante DiVincenzo was nothing short of excellent. Just an overall gutsy team that's been around the block and is not afraid to go down in the trenches in the waning moments of games and bring out their best. Today the MVP was announced. Nikola Jokic getting his third MVP, joining elite company. Only 9 players have done so. Obviously there's been quite the backlash. As I've stated before, I think the award needs to be renamed. I think they need to have a Face of the League award and leave the MVP to actual real basketball metrics. It's very difficult to justify handing Nikola Jokic MVP when you have guys like Jamal Murray hitting game winners in the playoffs, closing out games for this team in the clutch, or Michael Porter Jr. breaking Denver Nuggets single season record for most three-pointers made. To handpick one person on a team that's won over 55 games, that logic never sat well with me. It's the same problem why I have an issue with Rudy Gobert getting all the credit for the defense of Minnesota last year. You know, it was just a year ago him and Kyle Anderson were going to fisticuffs over the mere fact that he was soft. And to give this guy 4 defense MVPs, an award that you really have to be a different breed of animal to to represent that award. That's a special award. Defense wins championships, and this man is a poor representation of that, being a guy who hasn't won any. He's been on some teams that have definitely gone first place with his, when he's on his game. But there's been some extreme issues with the fact that, his free throws don't allow him to finish games, and he basically was fast-tracked. Luka, 74-point game this year. First in assist, if I'm not mistaken. Domantas Sabonis, just to go with the theme of the problems with these selections, he was voted for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and didn't make the All-Star game. Jalen Brunson, 97 different lineups this year. No definitive certified second option. And got the Knicks in second place, which is exactly who the Nuggets finished, I think. Where the Nuggets finished. I think they were second or third. And then last but not least, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 30 points a game, shooting at 60 percentile. Second youngest team in the league, but technically first, because San Antonio's not even a real basketball team. They're clearly designed to tank. And skipped right over it. This young man is, got a bright future ahead. 50-point games this season. I think he had like 30 of them. And, has been completely snubbed. And it's become growingly obvious what's going on here. Simple. I mean, you have 2 Frenchmen getting, you couldn't even have the decency to give the co-rookie award out. You got 2 French players, a Serbian player. I mean, the cat is out the bag what the NBA is strong-arming their way towards. And it makes me worried about what the U.S. Olympic team, how this summer is going to go. Because we already seen questionable lineup choices from Steve Kerr the last go-around. There's a certain level of sabotage I just can't help but ignore. In order to do this integration of foreign basketball relations. We see it coming. I mean, the second round picks, that's normally the range where a lot of international talent is being chosen from. Listen, I love ball. I love hoopers. You know what I'm saying? But as a first generation person, this isn't the way to go about it, though. Um, you co-rookie. I would even been fine with Rudy Gobert getting most improved, because he did play like a coward last year many times, and it's not the first time that he's had a reputation for being weak. So I wouldn't have had a problem even giving him most improved, considering this is the same team that got bounced by the Nuggets last year in the playoffs. And, Tyrese Maxey, for all the numbers he put up, the team didn't really win like that when Joel Embiid was gone. They were limping, put it kindly, without him. So, if you want to give that to Rudy Gobert, cool. But Defensive Player of the Year is a serious award. MVP is a serious award. And the NBA is trying to create this synthetic legacy that doesn't exist for these two guys. You'll never have them confused, to me, with real all-time centers. He hasn't gone against, you judge a man by the opposition that he's faced. And, Jokic hasn't really gone against a lot of bigs, except this Minnesota team, which is the two of the softest players, big men that we've seen. Karl Towns and Rudy. Not going against any real dogs. Twilight Dwight clamped him. I know he don't want no smoke with Marc Gasol. Those kind of players. Anybody who's even remotely physical and has some size on him can clamp him. McDaniels has very much been a huge influence on the differential on this year's Wolves team. But, at the end of the day, the league's going to do what the league's going to do. It had me appalled to the point today where I couldn't even create, and I knew that more nonsense was going to happen. Something was coming like this in the MVP voting. There were some people that had Shai Gilgeous. One voter had him in 5th place. Like, who are these bots? That's exactly what you are, a bot. If you think Shai Gilgeous is supposed to be 5th ranked in MVP, like, have you lost your mind? You know what I mean? And Mark Dagenhalt getting Coach of the Year, it's like, okay, that one's a little justifiable, but when you go with the theme of the international theme, you go, this all seems very forced. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is what the NBA wants to do. They're making very bold moves. This is why the NFL, I think, feels comfortable stepping in on the Christmas Day territory, because it's just like I don't know what their loyalty is to at this point anymore. We don't know who and what they're loyal to at this point. The NBA just goes wherever the money is, I think. And I think, putting their faith in Nike, you see in the news with Nike and the MLB and being forced to go fix their uniforms. And the NBA is just like, there's no backbone in the NBA. The fans are toxic on Twitter X. The dollars are short, and they're trying to go international now. But in baseball, they told them, hey, you fix those jerseys. And in the NBA, they're doing the same thing. They're letting them make a new jersey every year. They're swapping colors out. It doesn't matter. And the Nike shoe sales have taken a huge plunge because of the bootlegging going on. So they're getting desperate left and right. And, even to the point, even in the WNBA, where you're seeing Caitlin Clark being force-fed when the people are like, we want to see Angel Reese. Someone streamed it on this bootleg, and it got, 3.4 million, I think, views on a bootleg stream, and Nike was forced to be like, all right, fine, if you want Angel Reese. But, like, it's this, hey, man, give it up. You guys are on your way out of here. That's just the reality. You had a nice run. It's not going to be what it's been. You're laying off 700 people, and it's like that fungi is permeating every department that you touch. You spent 20 mil on Caitlin Clark, and the people are like, we want to see Angel Reese. You got to go with whatever works, or keep a healthy balance. But this is just disastrous. You know what I mean? And good luck with them and the NBA. I don't know how this is going to play out. You are the company you keep. And the NBA is letting Nike make a lot of decisions, it looks like, from afar at least. I don't know how true it is. I could be completely wrong, but, This is how companies go insolvent. You're doing things that look very questionable. All right, utopians. I'll try to do better next time. Out.